Hello guys and welcome here to the Carvana Wildcard Series. This is Sonoma for race number 5 on the season. After today, hard to believe this is only week number 2 of the series, and hard to believe that we are 10 races away from the playoffs for the overall championship. Still quite a ways to go, though. We still have to get through our West Coast swing, which we're going to do so. We're going to get closer today, of course, being Sunday. Then we'll be at Portland tomorrow. And then, of course, we'll have Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off. So you guys will not have any races, or will not see any races uploaded on this channel at that point. So, something to look forward to. But in the meantime, we got business here and now, and it starts with Daniel Voiles being on the pole for today's race and Brad Stover to his outside. Before we even get going, let's take a look at your Road Course Championship standings. This is Road Course Race 2 of 11 coming up. And Dylan Young, of course, is the point leader after his win at Mexico. We'll see who else can add their name to that win list as we are on the road course part of our West Coast swing. In the meantime, as we're about to get going here, let's take a quick break. This is the Carvana Wildcard Series, and we are going to roll the intro as we get going here at Sonoma. We'll be right back. Through turn 4. Does the 24 have enough? It's going to be a drag race to the line. We're going down the front stretch. The 96 wins the race at Coda. Just made our way through the S's. We're making our way through the final one as we head off to the hairpin here. And Daniel Voiles will lead us to the green. And we'll see what happens when we do take the green. Obviously, this is the short Sonoma course, so we will not be running the carousel today, unfortunately. But anyway, Daniel Voiles, Brad Stover will lead us to the green. We're underway from Sonoma. And already a quick start for the 38. He's got to beat the 15 up the hill, though. And he will do so. They're still double wide behind. And some of these guys are going to have to sort it out before we get through the S's. See, the 38 makes that corner pretty nicely. The 15 is all over the back bumper, though. Starting to get there. About a car length back. And now here's where we may see some trouble up through the S's. This is not a double wide part of the course. Keep in mind there are only 13 laps in this race. These guys will have to eventually make some pit stops. And like I said, next race will be at Portland before our Christmas break for a couple days. Then we'll return here for Martinsville and I believe Langhorne, a vintage speedway on the track. Or, I'm sorry, not on the track, on the schedule. So, a lot to look forward to. Voiles hoping to become, though, the 5th different winner this season in 5 races. And back behind, obviously, we mentioned Brad Stover. He's losing a little bit of ground. And the 92 was there as well. We'll see if the 92 will eventually make a move on the 15. Small team in Front Row Motorsports there. Then obviously Frodemar Otts is in 4th. He's had a quiet start to the year. Only one really bad race that I've noticed. Other than that, he's been a top 5 car all season. And that's good for the overall and the oval that's good for the oval and the road course championship. Maybe not so much for the overall championship because keep in mind, obviously the points will be reset when playoff time comes around. And then Austin Shaw, we've mentioned, has had a quiet season in that 48. He's had a quietly good season. Haven't mentioned much of him, but he's been up there in the road course analyst, proving why that is indeed his name. Or his title. See, they're basically single file all the way through at this point. Except for back there, you see Miguel Zapata taking the 37th position. Or attempting to from Karen James. And you see Karen James has a little damage, so does the 66. So there's been a little roughhousing in the back of the pack. And it's a tough break for your Daytona winner. Getting rear-ended there, it looked like early on, and tough break for Karen James trying to crawl her way into the top 30. Meanwhile, Voiles has stretched his lead out to 2.3 seconds ahead of second place Brad Stover. And obviously we mentioned playoffs. Playoffs are only 10 races away after today for the overall championship. So there's still a lot at stake, and it's early in the season still, so the points are still ever-changing. Obviously only a 22-race schedule, which is short in comparison to the Jell-O Cup Series, where it's 26 regular season races, 10 postseason for 36 total. And obviously the Cup is not returning for a while here on NCN. See, there's Voiles slowly just increasing his lead in that 38. And this Yates team has brought their A game, essentially, today so far. The Blue Oval hasn't had a whole lot to talk about to this point. Obviously, all Well, 3 of the 4 Roush cars are currently outside the top 30 in the points. That's never a good thing. And obviously that's an anchor Ford team just about in the series. As we look on back, there's a nice battle here. Look who's in 9th, by the way. That's Dylan Young in the 2. As you see the 92 pitting, which means pit stops are to come for the race leaders. But obviously Dylan Young running in the top 10 is a good thing for that group, as they currently lead the road course championship standings. Obviously winning the opening road course on the schedule. Always a good thing. You see Daniel Voiles just slowly but surely increasing that lead. We'll see how pit stops are to this team in the coming laps. Sorry about that. You see the rest of the leaders pitting. Here comes Voiles into his stall, as everyone is down to 35. Keep in mind, pit speed here is 35 miles an hour. You essentially got to creep down the pit lane. Will anyone play a bold strategy? Oh, the 38's held up. An issue for Daniel Voiles, and they are side by side exiting the pit lane. Frodemar Otts will come out on top. Stover had an issue getting going. The 32 had better acceleration and just powers by for the lead. Tough break for Daniel Voiles. There, a bit of an issue on that pit stop. That's going to cost him. Oh, the caution is out. And we have no clue what this caution is for. You see the pace car pulling out. And Frodemar Otts will lead him back to the caution. Let's go see what happened. Now I get it. Daniel Voiles probably upset. He lost a bunch of positions. The 1 and the 42 trying to take advantage, but someone's got a lift here. This is just not good. See there, the 42 just gets squeezed. And he brushes that inside wall, and then obviously hits the 1 up the hill there. That's never a good thing, and a tough break for Dave James. This brings out our first full course caution. We'll take you back to the green. Well, we were going to take you through the field if we stayed green. We'll run it down for you, though, either way. Frodemar Otts will be your race leader. Brad Stover will be second. Anthony Lopez in third. Daniel Voiles in fourth. Audra Baranowskis in fifth. Matt Hussey is sixth. Mike Irwin in seventh. Quentin Moore in eighth. Dylan Young in ninth. And Crystal Saleo in 10th. In 11th, it'll be Joshua Scully. Brian James 12th. Daryl Manning 13th. Cement Oscon 14th. And Jeremy Diaz in 15th. We'll head back up front as we'll get 3 laps of racing to go. And the green flag is out. And the 32 gets a great jump on that restart. And if you're going to make a pass, you got to do it early in the run. You saw in that long run, not much passing to be had. And that could change. We do head to Portland next race. And they make their way through the S's. You see Dylan Young trying to be bold. Oh man, they hit each other there. And you see them drag racing down through the S's. Dylan Young wants the position, and he's gonna have it. Move Dylan Young up to 8th. Trying to get as many points as he can. He knows he's currently leading the road course championship, and you see there he has to go high. Didn't know where the 97 was going, and it opened the door for the 89 of Quentin Moore. But quickly Dylan Young gets back to the gas and gets that 8th position. As we got 2 laps of racing to go. And you see there, the 32 is just putting on a gap right now. For Frodemar Otts, could today be his lucky day? See there, no one's going to pit. Obviously, fuel could be a concern in this latter stage. Excuse me. Anyway, so the white flag is going to wave. 1 lap to go for Frodemar Otts. Sorry about that. Working with children and working in the public, always fun. You see Otts through the turns here. In the back, he'll make his way to the S's. For Frodemar Otts. Not many wins in the win column, if any, at this point in Jello Cup or Carvana Wildcard Series. Today, or this season so far, he's been off to a quick start. I mean, he's been getting top 5s, he's been getting top 10s, he's been looking fast in that Tide-colored Chevrolet. And it's all going to pay off today. Frodemar Otts is going to win his first race here today at Sonoma. And a huge congratulations to the 32 team. Job well done. Frodemar has worked so hard to get this win so far this season. And now he will punch his ticket likely into the Carvana wildcard playoffs. We will see, though, when the season closes, where they will stand. On the bright side, he will gain some points on Dylan Young as well in that road course championship. That's good. And obviously being the second winner in the series, that's always a good thing in 2 races. That'll boost him either way. And we want to thank you for watching. We're going to show you results and overall standings, and we will return tomorrow for a final race before the Christmas 2-day break at Portland. Goodbye, everyone.